Hi everyone, this is Arvind from MindMajix, and today I welcome you all to this amazing video on SCCM interview questions. Okay, so SCCM basically stands for System Center Configuration Manager, and it is developed by Microsoft and is used to manage the system servers of an organization that consists of a huge number of computers that work on various operating systems. In this particular video, we have divided the number of questions into four categories. So the first category of questions is for freshers. The second category of questions is for experienced candidates. After this, you have questions for the administrator. And the fourth set of questions is for the patch management. Okay, so guys, this is the agenda for this particular video. So without any further delay, let's get started. The first category of questions is for the freshers. So these are relatively easy questions. Okay, and the first question over here is, what do you mean by SCCM? System Center Configuration Manager, or SCCM, is a software management group that is developed and designed by Microsoft. Okay, so it allows the user to manage the computer systems that run on various operating systems such as Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system. So SCCM is also known as Config Manager. So this was a quick definition of SCCM. The next question is, what are the essential features of SCCM? Okay, so the essential and important features of SCCM are, as you can see on the screen, desired configuration management, asset tracking, deployment of operating systems, reporting, software deployment, remote control, and patch management. The next question is, list out the various types of sites that are available in SCCM. Okay, so guys, there are various types of sites that are available in SCCM, such as primary site, central administration site, and secondary site. So guys, the next question is based on previous question. So the question says, what is the central administration site, or CAS? Okay, so the central administration site, or CAS, is the top level site in the order. So it supports only primary sites as a child site. It is used to manage all the clients in the hierarchy and to perform all site management tasks from the console to connect with the CAS. The next question is, what is the difference between primary site and secondary site? Okay, so guys, whenever you're asked such kind of questions in the actual interview as well, like difference between so and so, so what you can do is you can grab a piece of paper, and on that paper, what you can do is you can make two columns, one for the primary site and the second one for the secondary site. Okay, and in those two columns, you can mention the points of differentiation. Okay, so as you can see here, for the primary site, it can be accessed with Microsoft SQL database, whereas the secondary site cannot access the Microsoft SQL database or the SQL server. Okay, so in case of primary site, it can administer through the configuration manager console, and the secondary site can only administer through the primary site. Okay, so this was the second point. After this, the primary site can be used as a child of another primary site, or it can have its own child sites. Whereas in case of secondary site, it cannot be used as a child of its own. And the last point over here is, clients can assign the sites directly in case of primary sites, and in case of secondary sites, clients cannot assign the site directly. So guys, the next question is, define the child site in SCCM. So the child site is a site that provides a structure and gets all of the data from a higher level site. So this was a quick definition of child site. The next question is, why do we use bits in SCCM? So guys, bits basically stands for Background Intelligence Transfer Service. So it is basically used to transfer the data between the SCCM server and the client. So it is even used to download the client to the machine when we start the client push. The next question is, define SUP. Okay, so SUP, or software update, is the site system role that is used to create on the server when the WSUS has been installed. So the SUP and WSUS combine with one another to build the software update backgrounds and demand for the software updates metadata. The next question is, what is WSUS and why do we use it? So guys, WSUS basically stands for Windows Server Update Service. So it is used to deploy the existing updates in the product to systems that execute the Windows operating system. The next question is, define SMS providers in SCCM. So the SMS provider can be installed on the site database server site server or another server during the configuration manager setup. So after the setup has been completed, then the current installed location is shown on the site properties general tab. The next question is list the various client deployment methods. So guys, as you can see on the screen, these are the various client deployment methods that are available in SCCM. So the first one is client push installation. After this, you have group policy installation, manual installation, software update point based installation, upgrade installation, and logon script installation. The next question is list the ports that are used in SCCM. So guys, as you can see on the screen, these are the ports that are used in SCCM. The first one is TCP 2701. Then you have the default HTTPS port 443. After this, you have the client to site system HTTP port 80. And last but not the least, you have SMB 445. The next question is what are the types of the sender in SCCM? So guys, there are basically two types of senders that are available in SCCM. The first one is the standard sender and the second one is the courier sender. The next question is, what are the different application detection methods defined in SCCM? So the different application detection methods that are defined in SCCM are registry, custom detection, Windows installers, and file system. The next question is, define the fallback status point in SCCM. So the fallback status provides the configuration manager clients with the other fallback servers when the client site assignment or installation fails. The next question is, what is the deployment share in SCCM? So the deployment share in SCCM is the repository for the application, OS image, device drivers, and the language packs. It can be deployed to the target machines as well. The next question is, why do we use server locator point in SCCM? So server locator points are used in the configuration manager to complete the client site assignment on an intranet and help clients to find management points when they cannot find the information through the Active Directory domain services. The next question is, mention some of the important site system roles in SCCM. So guys, as you can see on the screen, the important site system roles that are available in SCCM are distribution point, fallback status point, management point, PXC service point, reporting point, server locator point, software update point, and state migration point. The next question is, list the services that are required for the client computer to communicate with the server. So guys, the following are the services that are required for the client machine to communicate with the server. As you can see on the screen, first you have computer browser, then you need SMS agent host, then you have WMI, then comes the Windows installer, and last but not the least, you require background intelligent transfer service or BITS. The next question is, what is the SCCM console? So SCCM console is a tool that is used to perform various tasks such as device management, network management, and application deployment. The next question is, how to take remote control of the client computer using the SCCM console. So guys, for this, what you need to do is you need to open the SCCM console and click on all systems collections where the client has been populated. After this, right click on the client computer and select start and then click on remote tools. The next question is, mention the tools required for the software update point. So the tools that are required for software update points are Windows Update Agent or WA 3.0. Then you require the WSUS 3.0 administration console. Then comes the network load balancing or the NLB. After this, you require Windows installer and site server communication to active software update point. And you also require background intelligence transfer service or BITS. So guys, with this, we have covered the fresher category of questions for SCCM. Okay. So guys, now from question number 23 onwards, we will be covering a few questions which are meant for the experienced candidates, like those candidates who have at least 2 to 3 years of experience with SCCM. Okay, so in this particular category, we will be seeing a lot of scenario-based questions as well. Okay, so through scenario-based questions, the interviewer will basically come to know that how much experience or how well are you aware of the SCCM as a tool. Okay, so the next question over here is how to backup SCCM server. So to backup the scheduled tasks, do expand the site maintenance and site setting nodes. And then what you have to do is you have to click on the specific tasks which you want to backup. The next question is how to distribute the package. So guys, there are a few steps that you need to follow to distribute the package. So the first step over here is write an install program regarding the installation sources to create the package in the SCCM. After this, to synchronize the contents, assign the distribution points to the package. After this, create a collection including the objects that allow us to receive the packages. And the fourth step is creating an advertisement for the distribution to link with the collection or to decide either an advertisement is required or not. The next question is, what are the new features in the release of SCCM 1806? So in the release of SCCM 1806, there are a lot of amazing features such as site server high availability, CM pivot, enabling distribution points to use network congestion control, enhanced HTTP site system, downloading content from a CMG, improved WS-US maintenance, and phased deployment of applications. The next question is how to connect the SCCM site server. So guys, to connect with the SCCM site server, you need to follow a few steps such as click on PowerShell and then select run as administration. After this, enter the command and click enter. After this, enter the command that you want and then run the code. Now enter the site code to enable the connection. The next question is define ITMU. So guys, ITMU is the inventory tool for Microsoft updates for SMS 2003 and onwards. The next question is what is the latest version of SCCM? So the latest version of SCCM is the Endpoint Configuration Manager 2211, which was released in December 2022. The next question is what are the features of the latest version of SCCM? So the important features of the latest version of SCCM are application management, real-time management, Microsoft Endpoint Manager tenant attached, desktop analytics, site infrastructure, client management, and content management as well. The next question is what are all unknown computers collections? So the all unknown computers collection includes two objects that define the records in the configuration manager. So we can deploy the operating system that is not managed by the configuration manager. So these computers consist of the system where the configuration manager client is not installed, the system is not identified by the configuration manager, and the system is not imported within the configuration manager. The next question is define the Azure Active Directory device identity in SCCM 1806. So the Azure Active Directory device identity is a cloud-based identity that is used to secure the data with a management point and a cloud management gateway. The next question is, what is internet-based client management? So internet-based client management enables us to control the configuration manager of clients when they are not connected to the network of a system, but has a standard network connection. The next question is, define the software metering in configuration manager. So the software metering in SCCM is used to monitor and collect the client's software data usage of their configuration managers. The next important question over here is differentiate between native mode and mixed mode in SCCM. Okay, so guys, as we have discussed earlier, like in the questions where you're asked differentiate between so and so, grab a piece of paper, make two columns, one for native mode and one for mixed mode, and highlight the points under those respective columns. So if you talk about native mode, so the native mode is used for encryption and authentication with the use of standard security protocols. In case of mixed mode, it is used to place the default client's management points. If you talk about native mode, it can integrate with the PKI or the public key infrastructure. Whereas in case of mixed mode, it cannot be integrated with PKI or public key infrastructure. The next question is, mention the types of discovery methods that are available in SCCM. So the different types of discovery methods that are available in SCCM are, as you can see on the screen, Active Directory System Discovery, Active Directory Security Group Discovery, Active Directory User Discovery, Network Discovery, Forest Discovery, and Heartbeat Discovery. The next question is, what are the boundaries in SCCM console and what are the types of boundaries that are available in SCCM? So boundaries are the network locations that include devices that are required to manage the system. So if you talk about different types of boundaries in SCCM, so here you have IP subnet, IP ranges, IPv6 prefix, and Active Directory site. The next question is differentiate between package update and package refresh. So in case of package update, it is used when the user made some changes in the source file. If you talk about package refresh, so it is used to refresh a particular file. In case of package update, it can update the package version in the SQL, whereas package refresh can revise the old files. If you talk about package update, so a new PCK file is used for other new DPs. Whereas in case of package refresh, no new PCK files were sent. The last point over here is in case of package update, it is a compressed package, but it can be corrupt as well. In case of package refresh, it creates a compressed file when we try to update the file itself. The next question is define the deployment type in SCCM. So the deployment type consists of the identified and application installation documents. So it defines how the layout executive helps to deploy the application. So its framework and regulations depend on the software installation in the system. The next question is define Active Directory forest discovery. So the Active Directory forest discovery creates boundaries for every site and subnet from the forests. Automatically, it creates the Active Directory or IP subnet boundaries that are within the discovered Active Directory forest. The next question is, what is the use of schema extension in SCCM? So the schema extension in SCCM is used to distribute the Configuration Manager 2012 information to the Active Directory. The next question is, define management point in SCCM. The management point represents a primary point of contact between the clients and the server. So it can provide the installation rudiments, announcement, and the source file location for the software distribution package. The next question is define limiting collection. So the complete collection has to be restricted with some other collection in the System Center to 2012 Configuration Manager. The user has to maintain the limited collection while creating the collection. The next question is why do we use WSUS? So the WSUS enables the administrator to deploy the new Microsoft product update to the systems that are running on the Windows operating system. The next question is an interesting and a very important question. So the question says how to make an application deployment optional instead of mandatory. So to make an application deployment optional, configure the deployment reason as available in an application deployment type. After this, the available applications displayed in the application catalog where the users can install them. The next question is define the site server. So the site server defines the system on which the user is installing the configuration manager. It basically provides the services that are required for the configuration manager. The next question is define site system and its role in SCCM. So the site system is a system that is used to support the versions of Windows, and it can be shared file that hosts several site systems. So the role of a site system is the function required to use the features of Configuration Manager. The next question is it possible to deploy applications using task sequences? So the answer to this question is yes, it is possible to deploy the applications with the use of task sequences. The next question is how to install Configuration Manager using Client Push Installation Wizard. So to install the Configuration Manager by using the Client Push Installation Wizard, the administrative user must contain at least the modify resource permission. The next question is define the term device in SCCM 2012. So the term device in SCCM 2012 applies to the system or mobile devices such as Windows mobile phone. The next question is what is the use of Software Center in SCCM 2019? So the Software Center is used to replace the notifications with a dialog window, and it even configures the user device affinity and default views. So guys, with this, we have covered the questions which were meant for the experienced candidates. Okay, so guys, now question number 51 onwards, we will be covering a few questions which are related to the SCCM administrator. Okay, so the next question over here is why do we use the cloud management dashboard? The cloud management dashboard basically provides a centralized view of the cloud management gateway usage. So it consists of the CMG analyzer that connects to the troubleshooting cases in real time. The next question is define inventory in SCCM. So the inventory provides system information such as operating system, processor type, and applications. So guys, there are basically two types of inventory in SCCM. The first one is the hardware inventory. So it takes the information about the client's hardware configuration of an organization. And the second one is the software inventory. So it collects the files from the client machine and stores them on the website server. The next question is define the client policy. So the client policy is defined as how the configuration manager clients download the client policy and what are the contents of the client policy. So it has information related to mobile devices, systems that run on Linux or Unix, then Windows operating systems such as servers, laptops, desktops, and Mac operating system computers. The next question is, what is database replication? So the database replication uses the MySQL server to transfer the data for configurations and settings to other sites that are present in the hierarchy of configuration manager. The next question is, define asset tracking. So asset tracking is defined as a system that requires tracking the updates or packages. So it is usually done when the system is created with the necessary operating system. The next question is define asset intelligence in SCCM. So asset intelligence enables the administrator to use the management software and inventory with the help of configuration manager hierarchy. The next question is what are the uses of state migration points in SCCM? So the state migration point is used to backup and it migrates the user states. So it uses the sequence of tasks to capture and restore the user state data in operating system deployment. The next question is define network access protection in SCCM. So the network access protection or NAP is a new feature of the Windows Server release. So guys, it is basically a mechanism that enables the administrator to configure the policy that controls the network accesses until the client system meets the requirement of the security. The next question is, what is data protection manager? So data protection manager is used when SCCM finds faults in the machine. So it helps to recover the data from the backup that holds the server file system, Exchange databases, SharePoint data, SQL databases, and so on. The next question is, explain the reporting service point. So the reporting service point is a method of integrating SQL Server reporting service that is used for managing and creating the configuration management service point. Guys, the next question is, define reporting in SCCM. So the SCCM provides the integration with the report generating tool. It generates reports as per, it generates the reports as per the administrator's requirements. And these reports basically include inventory report, standard configuration report, and reports of the systems having missed the updates. The next question over here is explain the internet client. So internet client is the component of the SCCM tool. So it basically allows the users to access the remote systems remotely or mobile devices without using the VPN network. The next question is a very important question. Define WOL. So WOL or Wake on LAN is a feature on which the SCCM sends the wake up transmission packets to clients for a specific task sequence or a deployment to execute. The next question is, what is the use of global condition option? The global condition option application deployment to have a granular control over the deployment. So it is even used to avoid the issues that are faced in the deployment process. The next question is it possible to change the secondary site to primary site? So the answer to this question is no. It is not possible to change the secondary site to primary site. So changing, moving, or upgrading the site is not possible without reinstalling and deleting the process. So if you basically change the site, it may lose the complete site data. The next question is, do all collections support the incremental updates? So the answer to this question is no. A few classes of collection that use the query rules regarding the configuration is not supported by incremental updates. The next question is, can the members of other collections be excluded or included in the collection? So the answer to this question is yes. In the 2012 Configuration Manager, it has a new set of rules that allows to exclude or include the collection rules. So these rules provide for exclusion or inclusion of the collections that have a membership anywhere. The next question is, does SCCM support 64-bit operating systems? So the answer is yes. The SCCM console works in a 32-bit OS, and it can even support the 64-bit OS of the Windows version. The next question is, explain file-based replication. So file-based replication uses the SMB protocol to transfer file-based data such as packages and applications. So there are two options to control. First one is the network bandwidth when transferring the data to the site using pulse mode and is limited to maximum transfer rates by an hour. The next question is, define the client's cache. So the configure manager client maintains the client's cache on the Windows system to store the temporary files that are used in the application installation process. So the standard size of the client cache is 5120 MB. The next question is, which log file is referred for client installation? So ccm.log file on the SMS site server located in the SMS/logs folder. So on the client computer, you have to review the ccm setup.log and the client.msi.log file located in the Windows directory system32 ccm setup folder. The next question is, explain the enhanced HTTP site system in client management. So the enhanced HTTP site system develops the way the clients communicate with the site systems. So this pre-release feature is not able for new users to use the certificates of the configuration manager to access the HTTP site systems. The next question is, can users request application? So the answer is yes, the user can browse the list of the software available in the application catalog. So users can request the application that, if approved, the user can install on the system. The next question is, what is the application in SCCM? So in SCCM, the application includes the application catalog information and administrative details required to deploy the software package or update to the system or the mobile device. The next question is, what is the secondary site? So a secondary site is the alternative site used for distribution and controls the content for the client network that is located in a remote location. So the network links are limited with bandwidth. The next question is, define DDR. So guys, DDR or discovery data records specify the type of resource properties, the discovery process, site that discovered the resources. So the configuration manager provides the library functions that help to create our own DDR. The next question is, how to create a data discovery record or a DDR. So guys, there are a few steps that you must follow to create the DDR. So the first step is create a new instance of the SMS ResGen class. After this, create a new DDR using the new DDR method. In the third step, you have to add the properties to the DDR using the add drop methods. And finally, you have to write the new DDR to a file using the DDR write method. The next question is, define heartbeat discovery. So heartbeat discovery is used by the active configuration manager clients to update the discovery records in the database. So because an active client initiates the heartbeat discovery and it does not discover the new resources. So guys, with this, we have covered the administrator questions for SCCM. And now question number 79 onwards, we will be covering the fourth category, which is SCCM patch management interview questions. So the next question over here is, what is IMTU patch management? So the SCCM customer can scan using the Windows Update Agent or WUA. So WSUS is used as a scan inventory, which is considered as a system update. With IMTU patch management, you can download only the required updates, and in domestic WSUS, security updates are defined, and then the user can install non-security updates as well. The position of the patch installment is added to the real-time by state messages. The next question is, how to update deploy software. So guys, there are a few steps that you must follow to update the deploy software? First, choose a group of software updates by the SCCM console to track the groups that the updates are installed. The next step is automatic installation rules were arranged for automatic software updates installation. The third step is when a rule is running and on a separate basis, the software gets updated. So they are attached to the updated software list. And finally, in the customer system, the updated software is installed. The next question is, what is the use of .NET 4.7 in the configuration manager? So guys, to improve the console accessibility, .NET 4.7 is used in the configuration manager. The next question is, what are the features that can migrate to SCCM 2012 from the configuration manager 2007? So there are a few features that can migrate from configuration manager 2007 to SCCM 2012. And those features are virtual application packages, package distributing softwares, collections and boundaries, configuration baselines, configuration items, software update deployment templates, and task sequences. The next question is it possible to have a similar name for the task sequence? So the answer is yes, the user can reuse a similar name for the task sequence, and it is not mandatory to have a unique name for the task sequence. The next question is how to check the server version of SCCM. To check the server version of SCCM, open the SCCM console. After this, select the active configuration manager from the top left hand side icon. The next question is, what is the estimated size of individual DDR? So the estimated size of the individual DDR is 1 kilobyte. The next question is, what are the installation methods present in SCCM 2012? So guys, there are a few installation methods that are present in SCCM 2012, such as login script, grouping policy, software-based update, and image-based update. The next question is, what is the use of Intune? So Intune is used to handle mobile devices and to maintain the Windows and several mobile devices. So Intune is also called a cloud-based service and is used for the several purposes, such as to handle the mobile devices, to enter the details of an organization. Next, to record the details of an organization, which are safe and sound, to maintain the devices that are exterior to the organization's web, and to maintain all of the mobile applications. And last but not the least, to install Windows appliances to use the autopilot services. The next question is, what is the use of distribution point? So by using the distribution point, the customer can download new operating system, then it can connect with the distribution point on the location. So the customer can generate boundaries by placing distribution points. The next question is, what is cloud management dashboard? So the dashboard provides a centralized view of the cloud management usage of a gateway. So it includes the connection analyzed to help real-time troubleshooting verification. The next question is, what are the required CMD LEDs for the read-only mode? So the required CMD LEDs for the read-only mode are, as you can see on the screen, set add server settings, get active sync device statistics, get active sync device, get active sync organization settings. Then you have get active sync mailbox policy. After this, you have get recipient, and you also have get exchange server. The next question is, define the content library. So the content library is a single stock example of the content for the arrangements. To reduce and manage the size of a content structure for the allot, the content library stocks all of the files for installation of the software, like updating the applications, installing of operating systems and softwares. So the site manages and generates the content library on every site. The executives attach the files of the content to the site server to allot the marks. To confirm the content is available in the library or not, it connects the left content file with the application. So layout executives are not print if the content is already present. The next question is, how to speed up the software advertisement by forcing policy retrieval and evaluation cycle. So to speed up the software advertisement, open the control panel and click on Configuration Manager. So Configuration Manager window opens up to initiate the machine policy retrieval and evaluation cycle. After this, you have to click on the Initiate action. The next question is, how many default management a website can have? So user can configure the number of management points in the site but only one of them can be default management to configure. So to have more default management points, the user configures the number of management points to the network load balancing cluster. The next question is, what is the use of defining the boundary groups? So the boundary group is used to find the primary site for clients in case of an automatic site assignment. So it even tells the client regarding their management point and the location as well. The next question is, which log file records activities about task sequences? smsts.log file is used to record the task sequence activities. The next question is, what are the packages that can be distributed through WSUS or ITMU? So there are a few packages that can be distributed through WSUS or ITMU. And those packages are, as you can see on the screen, critical updates, patches and software updates, update rollup, hot fixes, and all of the Microsoft packages. The next question is, define SMS executive. The SMS executive is a service that hosts a process for the thread components. So it can monitor the service component log file, which is smsexec.log. The next question is, does a secondary site have a child site? So the answer to this question is no. The secondary site cannot have a child site or a primary site because the secondary sites are always the child site to a primary site. So guys, with this, we have come to the end of this session on SCCM interview questions. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. If at all you have any queries or doubts related to this session, then you can write them in the comment section, and my team is here to help you with resolving all your doubts and queries. So guys, I wish you all the very best for your upcoming interview, and thank you for being with us.